CHICKEN. Use the code CHICKEN in the shop.
Well, I'm sure you guys have seen the news by now, but if you haven't, Clash Mini is about to be killed. It is getting killed. The game has been canceled. So this now makes 2 out of 3 of the new Supercell games killed. And this goes on the list of, I don't even know what number we're at. I think 5 games Supercell has started, launched in beta, hyped up a little bit, and then thrown into the garbage after the launch of Brawl Stars. Now, this still means that it has been now 6 years without a new game from Supercell. I am a little bit surprised that Clash Mini got killed. Not really at this point. I feel like it was kind of dragged on through the beta long enough where, obviously the game wasn't where they needed it to be. And, from the feedback that I saw, you guys didn't really like the last update, bringing in the gacha system and, everything like that. I've talked about my personal gripes with the game, which I'm not going to go into because I don't want to, pretend like I'm speaking, for, either Supercell or the community. But, I wasn't fully invested in Clash Mini, but I was, enjoying the game, and I love the concept. As a chess game, an auto battler, it was fun. It was really fun. I feel like they just, they made a couple wrong turns here and there. And it's crazy, it's crazy to me that they seem to not be able to hit these standards. Now, part of the problem, I feel like, is Supercell, I don't know if it's necessarily a problem or not. I mean, obviously they know what they're doing. They're a multi-billion-dollar company, and who am I to judge their actions? But I feel like their standards are kind of too high. Like, a lot of these games are really good, and they're really fun, and they're really cool. Like, I look at a game like Everdale in terms of a farming game, like, that game was great. There was, I didn't really see anything wrong with it. For me personally, it wasn't my style of game. That's why I didn't really play it or cover it. But in terms of a farming game, I thought, Everdale was fantastic. I thought Heyday Pop was fun, And, yeah, I don't know what it is. It's like they just can't seem to hit all of these markers. Opponent's prepping, okay? They can't seem to hit these markers or these targets that they're looking for, they're holding themselves to launch these games globally. And, of course, Clash Quest. As you can still hear, my setup here is still Clash Quest. I love Clash Quest. That was my favorite game, that has come out of all these new beta games. And I thought it was great for what it was, I feel like if the idea is to make this game that's going to be, globally mind-blowingly amazing and, dominate the mobile game space, you can't make a niche game. And you should know that, going into it. It can't be a niche game. This is a very niche game. This is, like we said, it's basically chess with, Clash players. They have their own, movements and patterns that they do, and that doesn't really change. And you gotta see what your opponent is lining up and what they're doing and what the bonuses are and that kind of thing. But other than that, that's what the gameplay is really comes down to. So if you need a different style of game, then I don't understand why they don't really start with that. Or if they're gonna make a game like this, like, the strategy board game or Heyday Pop or farming, well, Heyday was like one of the biggest games ever, so you can't really say farming's a niche game, but you know what I mean. Like, you should know that going into it. The game shouldn't get killed because, the gameplay isn't enough or it's not enjoyable enough or whatever. So I don't know. I feel like that was part of the problem. I'll get into some of my opinions now on why the game got killed, and just some general issues with it. And I've talked about a few of these before previously. I think the game, when you look at it as a new player, like, just look at this screen. There is a lot going on here. Like, there's the pig, there's the toy machine, there's the scoreboard, there's the little announcement thing. There's the mini pass. I've even been covering this game, and I'm still kind of confused by some of the stuff. There's event mode, there's duels, there's rumbles, there's magic tiles explained, which is, that's nice. And then you go over here, and this is your unit screen, so this is like your card screen. This is the diorama. This is all your, like, skins and your cool stuff that you can buy. But it just doesn't scream out what it is. I don't know. I get that feeling anyways, for me, is it's kind of convoluted and it's a little bit confusing. And then it's like, okay, like what are these things? You know, I've got gold to buy. Like it's just not really well explained, I feel like. I also haven't played the tutorial in a while, so maybe they go over all that. But I don't know, guys. I don't know. I feel like over the last 6 months or so, like right around September, and then they hyped up this update, and the update just didn't hit the mark. You know, there's a lot of negative feedback, it seemed like. But at the same time, the feedback that was coming from the community have been like diehard playing this game, you know, every day for years. And, you know, big respect to the community and the content creators that were covering this game like every day. You know, they did a great job, and it had a really dedicated community. Like, you guys obviously love this game, and it sucks. It sucks. I've done it multiple times now. I know that it sucks, you know, a game that you love and you really want it to go global, whether, you know, it's for YouTube purposes or, you know, you just love the community and you're really enjoying the game. I get it. It sucks. It's annoying. And, you know, the one thing with Supercell that we do know is when these games come out and launch globally, you know they're going to kick ass. Like, you know they're going to be amazing, because if this gets killed, it's like, whew, that bar is set really, really high. And Clash Quest gets killed, and Heyday Pop, and Everdale, and those types of games. Like, you know, they knock it out of the park, but they still just do not make the cut. So the good news out of all this is it's got to be looking good for Clash Heroes. When they first announced these 3 new Clash games a long time ago, I was thinking to myself, they're not going to come out, they're not going to launch all 3 of them globally. My thought was they were going to kill 2 of them and launch 1 of them. And my hope was that was going to be Clash Heroes. So, fingers crossed. The pressure is on for Clash Heroes to really come out swinging. But I feel like at this point, they kind of just got to release something. Like, they kind of, like, they're... I don't think they want to go 10 years without releasing a new game. That you know, especially in the mobile game space where it's like stuff comes out like every 2 seconds. You know, people might not even play stuff on their phone in 10 years. I don't know. That's how quickly this technology develops. We might play, like, you might have a microchip in your brain, and then you can illuminate, like, your arm, and you can play the game, like, in the palm of your hand or something like that, rather than having a cell phone. Like, I don't know. I guess the App Store would still be, like, hardwired into your skull, but that's, you know... Who knows what the future is going to bring, is my point. Like, the time is now to get these things out there, so I don't know why they wait so long and they kill all these games and they... You know, they drag them through beta, because this has got to be a massive expense for Supercell. It's got to be absolutely massive. I mean, they have game teams, they have server engines, they have, you know, salaries, they have, you know, I'm sure there's 5 or 6 people working on this as their sole job, you know, full time. You know, that's a lot of money over the course of 3 years. That's, you know, millions of dollars, I'm assuming, just to scrap it. So. It's tough, man. It's tough. It's a hard decision for them. I know they don't like it. I know they're not, you know, happy with it. I can't share anything that, you know, I'm not allowed to share. But yeah, I know that, you know, they hate doing this just as much as you guys hate getting this news. It's not fun. But the good news is those resources that were put into this game are going to be, you know, they're actually still, like, I don't know if I can say this or not. Let me double check. I'm just not going to talk about it. So, yeah. So, the good news is the resources that went into this game, to whatever effect they went into it, you know, hopefully that goes into something new that we're all going to love and enjoy, and build those new Supercell game, you know, magical moments when it does go through beta. But I'm getting a little skeptical when I start to cover these beta games. It's like, all right, you know, I'll cover it, but what's really going to happen here? So, yeah, I don't know, guys. I don't know. I'm trying to put a positive spin on it, but it just, it's not fun. It sucks. And, you know, shout out to the guys that really did, you know, a great job covering this game all the time. I got to meet a few of them in New York, and, man, some super, super talented YouTubers, leagues above, you know, what I could do. But, you know, they'll find something else, I'm sure. Whether that's with Supercell or something else in the space, they're all, you know, super dedicated and talented guys, so wish them nothing but the best. And, yeah, so you guys stay tuned. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel. You want to stay updated on Clash Heroes, because I'm sure that's why most of you are still here. And I'm hoping we got some news soon, because once this game is killed, they've got to announce something for Clash Heroes to get people excited again. Maybe give it a little bit of time. Don't, announce it right away, but got to be some news. Got to be some news coming. So, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to leave a like if you found it interesting, entertaining, or informative, and we will catch you in the next one, guys. Check it out. Back.